Yes, people in the chat, if you just come over from NAF, which more than likely you did, big up yourselves. Now you're over here. If you've subscribed, you're part of my clientele. You know, we work for one another. We do what we have to do, man. You know what I'm saying? Big up to everyone that wants to go and smash the like as well, because you're nice people. See, if you don't smash the like, it's because you're not really a nice person. Let's be real. But anyways, no, forget all of that. We've got, little bits and bobs. I thought I'd do about 20, 30 minutes worth of talk and whatnot. I might be jumping on another stream, so I'm just tight for time a little bit. But this United stuff is weird. Inacio, all of a sudden, Inacio bid talking about a loan with an obligation. Why now? Why Inacio? I feel like, there's all this Kokonki stuff. If you know who Kokonki is, just a little explanation. He's a very, very highly rated youngster that's in United's ranks. He's about 6'5", and he's been in first team training for how long? Pretty much since Amrim's joined. Kind of doesn't make much sense to me, but we'll go through it. And now all of a sudden, this PSG Kvaratskhelia stuff is kind of stalled, and now Rashford is like wanted by Napoli, and they want to talk to him. Clusterfuck, if you want to call it like that. Sorry for swearing. And then man, we got Kobbie new deal. I said it. I've been saying it. Ahmad's done. It come out not even that long ago that Kobbie's going to be the next in line to get his deal done. So yeah, it's all a bit mad. But big up to everyone that's in here. I'll go through, get your questions in, get your statements in. I'll read them out, have a conversation and whatnot. And I'm going to say my little piece, because on this part, if anyone's got this far at that, is the Rashford and Xerxes thing that I'm you know what? It's just on the human element. I'm starting to get really, really pissed off with some of these channels, even though they might not see this. It's not the point. It's just disgusting behavior. I hate the way media are. We all, us YouTubers, right? We complain and complain and complain about how certain media are towards certain players, right? And don't get me wrong, I'm going to put my hands up to some of this at times. You can go overboard. Like, I just call Lissandro Martinez a midget, but it's nothing malicious, right? But then there's like the hate brigade because that play is not so good, for instance. Like, I don't know, Garnacho might not be in favor of him, right? And I'll start calling out this as well in future. I don't care who you are or who I should even stream with. I just think it's just a bit like, you talk about the footballing ability, amazing. But when there's like a hate train, it's not nice. This channel, you already know who it is, love to do this thing where once they pick a scapegoat, that's it. And they want to keep talking, oh, it's PR, and do his little weird voice with all these other little minions like Beth. So I've already baited out, or Ryan, working with that Zionist Sam C. And the tip of the iceberg, who don't even support Man United, called flipping Goldfish. Like, so on that note, it's like this Rashford hate bandwagon needs to stop. It needs to stop somehow. Someone needs to take some sort of needs to take some accountability in all of this. It's nasty. It's nasty work. It's been going on for months and months and months, and it's just disgusting. Just because you're not in favor of them, or they said something about your channel or along them lines, if you're gonna bite and you get bitten back, why are you surprised? It's horrible. It's horrible. Honestly, imagine you put yourself in those shoes. It's just not it's not ideal, is it? It's disgusting. That's not how you support players, even if they are gonna go, even if they haven't played well for your club. Like, I even say it's one of your own. You should have a little bit more decency, but it's probably like that for any player that's come over. Imagine someone's just moved countries like Xerxes, into a new way of life, etc. And then you haven't even given 6 months and you've already written them off or not given them a chance. You can say that you're not in favor of him, you don't really like him, and then all you see is this media and that media are going after him and targeting him. It's just like hold your horses a bit, mate. Flipping hell. Big up Fam Zone in the building. Is that Dean? You better beat this Arsenal team. Hey, on life, you better beat this Arsenal team. Big up Mr. Joshy J as well. One of the members. I'm not too sure what member you are, but maybe you're a Cass Lighter, an Only Cass, or what's the other one called? A Copycast, I think it's called. So yeah, man. Big country in the building, RSV as well. Big up Cass from Detroit. I know who you are. RSV. Big supporter. Certified. Yeah, Chills, Goncalo Inacio. I really wanted this guy like a good couple years ago. I thought he was definitely one for the future. And I'm kind of reserved on him in general a little bit. I think there might be some better options out there. So I will talk about it regardless. I don't mind all of that. And just talk about his profile wise. But he is quite a unique profile in a sense. But I feel like there's so many left centre backs, right centre backs, or wide centre backs at that these days. Do you know what I mean? If you hear background noise, let me know, because these lot are just being loud and they're actually annoying me. Like, whatever. Martin says, I like Inacio. We linked him 2 seasons. I remember your left-sided centre-back, very good passer as well. I agree. Someone that can play out wide, and he definitely likes to drive with the ball. It makes sense in terms of profile. Cass, I've seen you back in Alice and talking and telling Henry straight, fair play. Yeah, man. Like, Alice is an amazing content creator. Amazing content creator. And she's a really good human being. She talks good football, you know, she makes good content, you know, it's not exactly mad clickbait or anything like that. It's more like just her being her. And when you see someone pretty much taking everything band for band, it's just like enough is enough for me. It's just she's not gonna say nothing. Obviously, no one wants drama. So you ask her, like, obviously you want to sort something out. But if you say it, it might deter the next time. You know, you can get an idea from content. You can definitely take ideas from content and copy in your own version. Everyone does it and move on from there. Yeah, he can't cope with Rashi being in demand. He thinks it's PR. This is what I don't understand about this whole thing. It's like you're a player that's wanted. You know, you're a player that's wanted by many clubs. You're talking to many clubs. You're transfer listed. Shock. You're all over the news and media. You are Marcus Rashford. You play for Manchester United. Yeah, at this current moment, of course, you're going to be all over the news. How can it be PR? How can it be? How is PR being the new buzzword that gets thrown around every time there's a bit of highlight on someone's future or, I don't know, life or something? It's just like, don't get me wrong. Maybe it is, but so what? A player's trying to move. If you have to use PR to get your move, that's how it works. Anyways, big up Vic. He said, just subscribe to your channel, even as a Nottingham Forest fan. Let me ask you, Vic. Are you one of Wolfie's minions? Big up Joshy J. He's got his own channel, by the way, people. You can always subscribe as well. You can get your own channels. You get your own channel. Just post in the comments. And then one of the mods, if there's a mod in it, then you can highlight that. You should say show and be seen. I said on my latest video today, the club are dragging it out for the PR. They wanted to keep going as long as possible. I called him number 10 because he's been very poor. It says Goldbridge is a cancer to our club. I'm at that point now. Give me 2 seconds. Don't go anywhere. Absolutely. Anyways, man said it's Uncle Dean, you know. Morphe. Who's Morphe? I'm not too sure about that. That's not that. It's next week, Friday, every Friday. She's sound Alice. I rate her content. Yeah. This is kind of away from it. And then I'm going to timestamp this one as well. So don't worry about that. Big up Cass, the subs. Yeah, League on, you know, Saeed and the rest of it. They've all been helping me. So big up to themselves as well. So yeah, Diamond's clear. He's a very good defender, very young. But yeah, if we go on to this Inacio stuff, so it come out from, I think it's called A Bolla. It's obviously a source in Portugal, and they come out with this whole Inacio. But I feel like I want to break it down a little bit, right? For me, it looks like United's name's getting used. We need a left centre back, don't get me wrong. But if we think about what we need now, and you've got Luke Shaw coming back, not saying he's going to be fit, why would you be looking at a left centre back? Why would you waste? Maybe you want to get him in before the summer. Yeah, sure. But I don't see it in a world where your first signing that you need to bring into the club is a left centre back. I think that would tell me that this whole direction with Ineos makes absolutely no sense. No sense whatsoever. So if you're going to bring him in before you even bring in a left wing back, or even a central midfielder, or let alone a striker, whoever's available these days, what's going on there? Because you know what? It's funny. Like, because I want to say A-Ball is exactly an outlet that's absolutely garbage, right? But then it's the whole part is gone with Dortmund. So now, when Dortmund and United always get linked, I always think it's a place where United, his name is just getting used to bump up interest or get another club to get a move on. Because I'm pretty sure Dortmund playing with a back, sometimes back 3, back 4, and they got Schlotterbeck. And they could play Schlotterbeck and Inacio, but really and truly, you want Schlotterbeck in the back 3. Why would you have them kind of like, you don't have a specialist left mid or left back, sorry. You know, you got two back three centre backs. Why would you want another one? Why is it going to Dortmund? Is that kind of telling me that there's another team that wants Schlotterbeck and you're probably conceding that he's going to leave in the summer? That's what that tells me. You know, they're going to command a big fee for him, like 60, 70 million, and someone's going to buy him. And the replacement they're looking at is someone from Sporting, which is Goncalo Inacio, if they wants to move to the Bundesliga, a bit better league than obviously Portugal. That's what I gather from that. And I don't want to feed into it. I think it's stupid. I don't even want to think about us getting a left centre back yet. It's the last area I'm on this pitch at this moment of time that I feel like United need, and it's utterly ridiculous. So on there, Ineos have told Amrim that Shaw will be fit soon. We'll get you Mendes in July. I've kind of got reserved thoughts about Mendes now. I don't know about you lot, but if you look at his games played last year and this year, he had a mad injury like 2 seasons ago. It makes you wonder, like, why are we targeting someone that's injury prone, or let alone not even fit enough to even play games? Something for me does not add up. We need a left wing back today and now. Like, it's all well and good waiting for Rashford to move on or Casemiro moving on. But as it stands, or Malacia at that, or Ericsson, whoever it may be, but it's 11 days in, no one's moved. Typically on the weekend, nothing happens, right? No transfers happen. So you can write off tomorrow. Don't expect mad movements tomorrow. Monday to Friday, yeah, that's pretty much like people got lives, you know. They have to also go about what their business, right? That dude does all the transfer stuff. We need left wing back now. Why are we not targeting someone now? Yeah, Diego Leon came in, great, amazing. He's going to join in. He's joining now. He's going to, I don't know, train with a club, train with the under 18s, 20s, whoever it is, and then link up with a squad in preseason. Yeah, great. Yeah, he's a young player. But right now, regardless of whoever's moved, surely there's enough money to maybe tempt someone like Alvaro Fernandez for 16 million. Are we convinced that United are that broke? Surely we're not that broke. 16 million, by the way. I don't know if it's straight up cash or whatever, but surely it can't be. If you haven't done so yet, make sure you smash the likes as well. So much appreciate anyone that has smashed the likes. If we get this to 100, don't even need to ask no more. I'm happy with that. You know, so we're going from there. Anything more than that is, I think we're like 45 away. You know, come on, man. My clientele should be good to me. You know, I feel like if I'm being good to them, you know, they should treat me right too. I feel like that's the only case. You know, if you're looking at Kirkes, that's another transfer for maybe the summer or a target, right? But what about the other bracket? Where's the other bracket? What one is it? If we get Inacio, they'll play Maz as a left wing back. Yeah, but Digital, hear me out. We're already playing Mazraoui as a wing back. We're already doing that. You're already playing Delo there or Mazraoui there. We've already got like what's his name? Lisandro Martinez playing left centre back. Why do we need someone to come on just to put someone else on the bench at the moment when we need a first team player that slots into a position where someone's not even at the moment that's not even comfortable in that position? It's not their position. Delo is not a wing back. Mazraoui's not a wing back. You know what I mean? We still have questions if Bruno's better in the 8 or 10 for the time being. You know, even with Kobbie trying to figure out if he's better in the 8 or a 10, we got no specialists in these wing back positions. No one. You know, and we talk about Anthony. Hopefully, he might get somewhere there. The manager doesn't like him. It's as simple that he don't like Anthony. I think it's clear as day. He's had enough opportunity, and whatever it is, whether he's trying to force him out of the club and tell him, "Look, you're not a part of my plans no more." You know, you might as well start looking at other clubs. You know, Olympiacos comes into the fold. He doesn't want to move there. Might move there. But even then, it kind of tells me he just doesn't like Anthony. For whatever reason, he doesn't want to move forward with an attacking wing back, even if they are as an option at the club at the moment. Next season, Maz and Delo should be the wide centre-back options. Correct. In my opinion, correct as well. That's why we should be focused on the centre-back areas. Maz can do it if Delo can't sell him next January or in the summer. If a good enough bid comes in for Delo in the summer, he should go. He should I don't think Delo's a bad player. I just feel like if there's a good fee that comes in that can bolster our ranks, whether it's like a 40 million bid or higher, you never know how the market's going to react, then Delo should be sacrificed. You know, you got De Ligt and you've got Mazraoui. Then in the centre, you've got maybe Lenny Euro because he's a bit better there. And then you've got Maguire. Cool, decent options, right? Left centre back, you've got Lisandro. And then you probably look to one of your youngsters that, you know, if you've got this youngster that's tipped, by the way, you come out that Kokonki's going to get some games from now to the end of the season. You know, if there's a more favourable FA Cup tie, they're talking about Europa League as well, potentially along those lines, then he will get played. So for me, that's the back six sorted. So Lindelof and the other one goes, the way I look at it, maybe Delo will still be used as a squad option as a wing back. It could well be used and you go get yourself a pair of wing backs. You're all sorted, right? So we need quite a bit. We do need quite a bit. Maybe he doesn't get sold. It depends on the squad planning. But for me, we need two wing backs. Bring in a youngster that can fill in that role. Get rid of Luke Shaw if you can. There's no use for him. Fuck that guy. And then go on the right side and then go get another one. Go get whoever you need to, because we can't be going into the new season, right, with no attacking wing backs, because there are outlets. They're so important. How many times have we witnessed, like as United fans, or if you are in here and you don't even support United, how many times do we see where the wing backs don't produce, whether it's a good enough cross, whether they get into the right areas, let alone just being outlet speed or being a little bit more risk taking rather than being safe the way Mazraoui and Delo's played. Delo obviously played that game well against Liverpool. That's his first time doing that. But does anyone expect him to do that against Timber on tomorrow? Because I don't expect it. Yeah, Kakonki's just, and he's a unit. He's like 6'5", and he's really young, so he's still got like room for growth. For me, I'd like to focus on the left side and a striker, as everything's going down the right at the moment. Bar Liverpool game, but yeah, I hear it. Dwight McNeil to United. What, bring him back? He came through our academy, right? Can you imagine? Dwight McNeil as a wing back. I wouldn't say no to it. Caston won't sign anyone. Luke Shaw will be like a new signing when he comes at the end of the month. Yeah, that's crazy. I'll play Yoro, Delict, Martinez back free. And then Agate, Mainoo, Bruno, and Hoyland. I don't want to see. I feel like I hear it. I'm not against it, but I feel like Maguire is quite important right now. I feel like you need Maguire for obviously the aerial ability in the air. Like even if it was Yoro, Delict and Maguire, I'd be happy with that. I think in this sort of game, maybe Martinez might not be suited for it, but hey ho, we'll see about that. What's this? Big up Martin. He says you better shop outside the Prem for wing back. Everyone's inverted it. No, there's one though, Martin, that I do like is what's his name? Southampton. What's his name? Someone knows his name. Why can't Tyler Dibbling? There you go. You know who I like right now? Tyler Dibbling, and someone convinced me as well that Leif Davies. We're talking about Leif Davies for Ipswich. No joke. If both them teams get relegated, there's opportunities to go get yourself a Leif Davies, who's also about 6'1", and then you got Tyler Dibbling, young baller, very technical as well. Him and Ahmad can swap if the need be. Can play attacking mid or in a wing back situation. Very hard working. He's been doing it for Southampton at the moment. So for me, those two would be great options, cheap, and just great opportunities in general. You know what I mean? We talk about getting the British, Ineos. They love the British core. They want to get the British core up, what it means, get them in the squad. That's great. That sorts that part out. Don't get me wrong. You got your IC ones in, the wing backs, the hard working ones. Now go get me some IC3s. The typical, what does a commentator call every black person they see on, oh, look at the pace and power. All of that. Need that. Missing that. I need that in my midfield. Get me Edison. Go get me Douglas Luiz. Go get me an Angel Gomez, even though he's not P&P. I need this. The English quota will be sorted. Amazing, done, whatever. Go get me the genetics that matter as well in that midfield. Because we're cursed as white people sometimes. We pull up with hammies. You don't get to see it many times. Meaning, definitely a mixture, in my opinion. And if you want to take that left, my bad. I don't mean in a malicious way. But we'd be missing certain profiles. 100%. If they get relegated, then what about going for Mari as a 10? Not for me personally. I like Amari Hutchinson. I think there's a lot of room for growth, but I think there's better players out there for sure. If the opportunity arises, I wouldn't say no to it though. I'll promise you that. But I'm not too sure on him. Nkunku, Mainoo, no. We're going to talk about Mainoo right now though, because Mainoo's about to, he's not about to. United are talking to him for a new deal. Pretty much how it was with Ahmad a couple of weeks ago. Started talking to him about a new deal. That's a player that you need to lock down. I hear it. Look, he's an established Premier League player now. He's very, very talented. He's got a big future. He's got a lot of potential and a lot of talent. I call him the best player in the world for a reason. So for me, getting him tied down and getting him some sort of similar wage to Ahmad. Ahmad's what, on like 80 or 90? Can't go wrong with that. You got to ground these players. This stuff that's coming out from Chris Wheeler, again, we talk about media. Maybe it was fished out from his agent so Man United can get a move on maybe. I'm not too sure. It's all guesswork, right? My new deal is important for the future United. Garnacho got his little bit. Whatever it's on, he should be one that should be also used for money in January, so we can go and buy whatever X, Y, and Z player. Kobbie is super important. He's only 19 years of age. People forget how young this guy is. He's detrimental to how this team's going to play and in the future. And the fact is, he shouldn't even be playing a madness amount of games at his age. We need other players like, let's say, Edison, Douglas Luiz, Angel Gomez even, or Cunha. Like, these players should be above him. He should be coming into trying to work into that position eventually, whether it's a 10 or an 8. But he needs to be learning off players that are good. Now, whether you rate them or not, he still needs to learn off someone. Because you can figure it out. But United's been trying to figure out for how long with all these players that's on the pitch? No, I thought we all went wrong when Ibrahimovic left. When Ibrahimovic left, the Martial and Rashford train just started dipping and dipping and dipping. You can talk about Cavani coming into the club and learning off him or Ronaldo, but that was look. I'm not on this Cavani train from before, like saying that, because there was always reports about him going away, doing his own thing, going back to America, like South America. Turning up to training late. But people want to forget that because he used to run in a game and not complain. That's just me. Kobbie needs to sign a new deal, and that will be, again, like a brand new signing in itself. But you can't really say that when this deal has been waiting for how long now? Like, it was always going to happen. Like, Van Dijk signing for Liverpool is like a brand new signing because he's that good. He's the best in the world. He's established. He's a captain. He's a winner. That's a brand new signing because you're not going to get anyone like that. Right now, Mainoo, let's be real, he's not developed enough to be classed like a brand new signing. He's just one of our better technical players right now, and we're starving. That's the reality of it. I don't believe he wants 200k either. I am not in that camp. We can't believe everything we see online. Make your own minds up. Why on earth would someone go think that? Where's Kobbie getting 200k from after if he's to leave Man United? I promise you, he's not getting it nowhere. So it doesn't make sense already. Already it's done. It's easy to feed into the Man United fan base because we feed into shit and allow it to happen. I don't know why. I think you meant I don't know why, but I don't know why our fan base are worrying. Mainoo's got 2.5 years plus 1, by the way, an option. People forget this. He's got +1, 2.5 years in his contract, and he's also said he's happy here. Yeah, he's come out and said that already. And he could be lying. He might not be happy, but I'm pretty sure Amorim is nurturing him right. He's a guy, unlike Ten Hag, who we all thought was about the youth, clearly not, because we were starving for players, and he was always going to come into the ranks. Amorim's good with these young players. I think that's evident. Mateus Fernandes, Southampton. Have a look, Cass. I know who you're talking about, and he is one of those players that are under the radar for me, Jack. I do believe so. I think Southampton's got a few gems. Duran and Kvara to PSG. I saw that, but I've seen that PSG. Let me go look at that quickly because there might be an update right now. But I saw that Rashford. No, it hasn't happened yet. I saw that the terms have been agreed. For sure that the terms have been agreed. But all of a sudden, then I'm reading, like Little Quip and all these other French outlets saying that, PSG don't want to spend over a certain amount of money. Maybe if Kolo Muani was to leave on a permanent, then great, yeah, sure. But they want something like close to 70 million. But PSG have only put up something like 42 million. Don't get me wrong. You lowball first before you work your way up and try work a deal. But this is Napoli we're talking about. This is like trying to work with Daniel Levy to go get one of his players. So yeah, what's this? If I'd love to run at the club. Are you what? Are you a wait? Who do you support? Who does everyone? Wait, quick one. Who does everyone support in it? Who does everyone support in it? Like, let me name your clubs quickly. I need to get used to your names. I know Jack supports. You're a Chelsea fan. ZL, you're a Chelsea fan, and I know there's obviously a couple of United fans. Cool. Let me see this. So we got United, we got Spurs, United. Oh, you're a United fan. You know what? Duran would be good, but I'm sick of project players. I want someone that can get me goals now. Liverpool, big up Jaden. Liverpool, Martin. Right, of course. We got Chris. We got Forrest. Where's Wolfie? Wolfie said he's gonna come in and try to start trolling, little bastard. Yeah, that's Chris. You're exactly right. That I think I've come to realization of that as well. But I also said, what if Alvaro Fernandez doesn't want to come back to Man United? Like, who says right now his development is good where he is? I said if you're around Alvaro and his team right now, you probably say Stay at Benfica. You've broken in. You've established yourself. This is where you're going to develop. Don't go somewhere where maybe it's a little bit up and down and you don't know. And there's a lot of question marks. There'll be a lot of convincing to do on that side. They got rid. Well, Ten Hag got rid of you, but this manager wants you. You know, who knows? You know, who knows? At the end of the day, it'll be hard to turn down United. Don't get me wrong. Wages, all of that, blah blah blah. But it just makes me wonder, and it tells me even more of a reason why Dan Ashworth got sacked, if that's the case, because it's a mess. The direction's a mess, or was a mess. It might be a little bit more clear now. City, Chelsea, big up. Man United, big up. Yeah, I know. I know the names as well. So yeah, man, came over in the summer. Big up, Matesh. I love it. What you really do, yeah? Is that your one? What's happened with Malacia? I saw that Como were linked with him. I saw that Como were linked with him. But I don't know beyond that. But the Rashford to Napoli stuff, where does everyone think Rashford's going to end up? Because I'm super confused where this man's going to end up. Is it because I thought AC Milan was nailed on, right? And then all of a sudden, you get the reports about Barcelona. They're willing to pay the wages, you know, even though, you know, like even though like they got their own problems, the loan stuff is not a problem for Barcelona. They can dish out the wages. It doesn't really affect them as like trying to sign someone, right? So yeah, and then now it's like like you look at the source and you're like, wait, hold on. Now Napoli want to all of a sudden talk to Rashford, but the whole thing is like Kvaratskhelia is obviously talking with PSG, so they're gonna maybe use that money to go and get Rashford, which is fair enough. Like if they want him and he sees the project, I'm pretty sure Conte is the one to convince him. You know, Scott McTominay went there for sure. But again, for me, it's like surely you can work out some sort of deal where you can go get Kvaratskhelia coming one way. It's like you call let's call it market opportunities buzzword, right? That's the market opportunity. You talk about left 10 and you're talking about the future. You go and throw the bag at that and you make it work. Ineos have money. That's one player. If he's truly going to be speaking to Napoli and be sold a project there more than the rest, which I don't think is going to be the case. You know, you look at Milan and the size of the club, and you look at Barcelona and the size of the club. It would be too hard to turn down, in my opinion, especially the weather in Barcelona. But I would say Milan's more tailor-made for a Rashford lifestyle. Not that it's that far away from Milan, anyways. Just for me, it's if you're going to do that, this is the dream opportunity. I think I spoke about this, maybe was it yesterday or Thursday? I believe it might be Thursday. About obviously like Amram's dream signing would be someone like Kvaratskhelia. We're talking about someone that's direct, a bit like a Cunha, right? Who allegedly has a release clause or relegation release clause in his contract of like 50 million. I would like someone that's a bit more prem proven, but I think Kvaratskhelia is the one that moves the needle for me. Moves the needle more than anyone. This Rashford key is like, how long are we going to wait for Rashford to finally make his move? Who knows? Again, I'm going to say it's been 11 days. By the time this weekend is finished, it's going to be day 13, and there's not really mad movement yet at the moment of United selling anyone to somewhere, even though there's a lot of talk with Casemiro and Rashford, don't get me wrong, but there's the incoming part. Because you can't be. I just don't see in a world where you talk to Amarim, you get him in as your manager, and you don't even back him in January. Not even one signing. Because one signing can change Man United's fortunes around. One player can really make the difference. Just having Whit for loan or someone, let's say, Alvaro Fernandez, who's a little bit more of a realistic option, changes the dynamic of how you play football. We're not going to be able to play him every game. I think he'll be cup tied in Europe, or can he play Europa? I don't know if that mixes Europa and Champions League, because they're not exactly the same competition. Really just change the dynamic. But I just feel like if there's opportunities, like Kvaratskhelia was quoted at 100 million in the summer. If they're saying they'll do a deal for around 65 million, go throw the damn cash. Use Marcus Rashford as leverage. If they're willing to spend 30 to 35 million, surely you can give them the extra 30 on top of that for that guy. We do not employ enough good footballers with enough IQ. Some will say that, oh, I watch Kvaratskhelia. Someone said in the comments, oh, watch Kvaratskhelia. Look, like his dribbling has been crap this season. Oh. We're not watching the same player. Chelsea. That's who you support, isn't it, Nathan? Is that who you support? If Kvara's going to go to the French league, would be so sad. I think it's a waste. Like, no disrespect if you're a PSG fan there, but going to your league is a waste. It's a waste. You know, I know he's pretty young as well, but it's such a good opportunity. Yeah, I'm seeing the Patrick Dorgu is a good option for the left or right, but he looks like he's going to go Napoli. I saw before. I can't remember what is it. I can't remember the link, the Italian link, but they're saying there's a verbal agreement in place for him. I saw Chelsea that want a winger, so I'm kind of surprised. I saw that they're interested, but yeah. I wonder if they might be one of them options in case you do have a player that departs. PSG's just sticking talent. Well, they're going in a different direction, aren't they? You know, people want to talk about Barcola or Barcola, and then like potentially linking him elsewhere. Not to us, but I think Arsenal fans want him. Well, a couple of them that I've seen, but just don't see it. But yeah, what's this? I want him to go Dortmund. He'd score 10 goals in that Farmer League and start bidding more in the summer. Yeah, I've seen that as well. You know, they should say he should just be like literally just a loan and then get the options in the summer. But the thing is, the big if is, what if Rashford doesn't score enough goals? What if there is not enough suitors in the summer? Then you're not really got enough of a bargaining chip. And how quickly would they run out to the end of the window to make sure they can get him for even cheaper? Zlatan mentioned Man United, right? What do you mean by that, Ridwan? What did he mention? Did Zlatan say something? What are we on our likes as well? We are on 83 likes, so 17 of you surely can run up the likes. I wasn't even gonna do this. Was just a pop-up stream, to be fair. I made the stream ages ago. Funny whoop-de-doos. It looks like I got the same kind of fucking title as someone else. It looks mad. I had to kind of change it around a little bit. I'm like thinking, oh, that's a bit mad. But then again, a few of us got pretty much the same titles, so it's nothing new. Because it looks like we're not getting Kolo Muani no more. Like, and I don't care about that. I don't particularly rate Kolo Muani. Remember that whole talk of baby Martial, whatever. It looks like he's going to be going to Juventus. Mister says we need good established players in the age range of 23 to 25 and price range of 20 to 40 million for our weak positions. Yeah, I suppose, but I'm not mad. I'm not mad outraged if they're like 26 or 27. Like, I still feel like United need established players in this side, someone that's a bit more experienced, just not just less project players that are like 18, 19. Like, I understand if you got extra money and you want to go and get those sort of players, yeah, amazing. But again, it's like you look back and you know Lenny Yoro looks like he's going to be a wicked centre back, and you probably have to get him because he's one of them generational talk players or spoken about players. But it's like you wonder if you had 60 million. I know you want to build for the future, but that 60 million spent on him, it makes you wonder if you had that right now, what you could have done with it. 150 plus in here. Hit the like button. Yeah, big up to yourself. A big up to Mr. Joshy J for gifting a membership. Remember, the membership stuff is just all support. So anyway, I'm not going to beg any of you if you want one a membership, but if you want to run it up, run any supers, like anything's appreciated. I'm not going to beg for them though. Moani's dusty. Does anyone believe it might be PSG tax though? And what I mean by that is, I don't know how bad he's exactly been for PSG, but remember, a lot of people were writing off Agate at the start. And I'm like, no, Agate is a solid player. How can you write off someone who's not exactly even been bad for PSG? PSG fans didn't exactly say they wanted rid of him. He just didn't suit, you know, what Luis Enrique wanted. You look at Luis Enrique, even like he's got his team scoring goals, but when you look across the front three and you looked at him against Arsenal, it looks a bit bland. You know, all this possession stuff's nice, but I wouldn't say it caters to the striker a lot. If Ineos can sign 3 players, we have a good chance to win Europa and get that Champions League. It depends if they're tired or not, though. I still think, regardless, I think the squad's good, and I don't think there's anyone in the Europa League that's got a mad squad. I think in terms of first 11, United should be walking all over that. I think the toughest opponent in that league is maybe Lazio. Yeah. Oh, you would say he's not that guy. I'm just trying to make, you know, saving grace type talk. You know, like could it be just the fact that he hasn't landed at PSG and it doesn't suit it? You know, if we talk about 3-4-3s, for instance, you know, under Glasner in Frankfurt, you know, he worked wonders. We play 3-4-3, something a little bit similar to Glasner. I'll say Glasner's a little bit more reserved in his football in a way, a little bit more positional, less freedom in terms of restrictive in position. And obviously, Moani was obviously at Frankfurt and he was bagging goals. So, you know, you cater to the one striker in behind, you know, going wide. rather than playing like a false nine trying to link up play type thing, then you might have a bit of a player in your hands. I just don't think like you can always write off a player when he's been mint for someone else. I don't think Gonzalo Ramos is crap, but he's not having a good time at PSG. It just seems any striker that goes to PSG drowns. Is that a coincidence all of a sudden? Yeah, he did bottle the World Cup final, but there's many players that have missed moments in finals before. Many players have bottled it in finals. That World Cup's one of the biggest occasions. Nerves. What, like 2 years ago now? Is it 2 years ago? Or a year and a half ago? A year and a half ago. Bundesliga tax is real. We're out here dying with Nkunku. Yeah, but you bought a player that worked up in a two-man striker formation, and you don't play that. And you don't exactly play that caters to him, in fairness, and he keeps getting injured as well. Now, all of a sudden, we all like, oh, Mama Mush, and he's killing it over at Frankfurt. Are we going to say Bundesliga tax all of a sudden when his profile fits the mold, the build, and now he's going to Manchester City? I don't think all players are washed. Jadon Sancho's at your club. Is that Bundesliga tax too? Because if I remember, Ramadan, you quite like him, no? He hasn't lit the Premier League. Cass, honestly, I don't think we are signing anyone. I've got the feeling that they are doing the Glazonomic stuff. Say they'll wait to the summer, then barely spend in the summer. We've all got that PTSD, Johnny, man. We've all got that. But yeah, look, we're going to wrap it up there. 8 likes off of 100. So that'd be wicked if we can get this to 100 real quick. Get on your burner accounts. I don't mind. I don't even know who's going to go live. Famzone's going live right now. Famzone TV. Oh, no, they're not. That's tomorrow. They're telling a lie. Who the hell is live? I don't know. Saeed's live. There you go. I don't actually have nobody else. Is there anyone that is live right now that doesn't have big subscribers and they got like 10 people in? Is there anyone right now that's gone live? I know we've only got minimal amounts of people in it in terms of what I'm used to on Never Have Fouled. Don't get me wrong. Rance's premiere is about to finish, and it's a premiere, right? But is there anyone that's got nothing going on and you'd be like, yeah, let's go bless them? Like maybe another, because someone sent me a link potentially, like Sunshine even. I think I follow one on Twitter, to be fair. Is there anyone that can send a link in here? Like, let's someone that could do the push. I don't know. Like, let's make someone's day in it. Let's make someone's day. Has anyone got a link? Someone must have a link. Don't go anywhere, people. Stop dropping out. Stop being a little fraud. You might like the next content creator. You just got to give them a chance. Sunshine. Exactly. Let me go on YouTube quickly. Is she live? Here we go. Community call-in show. There's some United talk in there. There we go. Let me see if I can redirect her. She's not gonna suspect that. Let's go make someone's day. Trust me, a few more people watching will make someone's day. I promise you. Even though it's not allowing me. Okay, that's not ideal. Oh no, wait, because it's this one. There we go. All right, let's go, man. Let's go raid it. Just say hashtag cash raid or something. So yeah, in a bit, and we're gonna be back tomorrow, 100%. I'm going to the game as well, so don't expect an instant reaction. I might be able to do it in a car, maybe, but we're gonna win in a bit.